Now at 5:30, the search continues this morning for two inmates who walked away from Blackburn Correctional Complex.
We'll have the details coming up on WKYT this morning. Also, President Obama will address the nation today. He'll be outlining a new executive action he's going to take to try to tackle gun violence.
A 60-day session of partisan battles will begin in Frankfort today. We'll take a look at some of the major issues up for debate.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's terrific to have you along early on this Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is really bitterly cold out there, but luckily it doesn't really last
Right, not for long.
week.
We're about to slip into the teens this morning, though, in much of our viewing area, and some already have. We want to check in with meteorologist Micah Harris, see how long that sticks around.
Yeah, and I've been walking in and out of the studio, and what I've been doing, I drink a shake every morning, so I set it outside, and it is absolutely perfect, because now it's freezing outside. You put those drinks outside, it's not bad. Put your water out of back, and you'll really enjoy that throughout the day. 21 degrees there in Frankfort, 20 degrees in Jackson. It is not only freezing, but it is well below freezing. We're at 18 degrees to kick off the day once it's all said and done, but a lot of sunshine to be had, and it'll be very chilly later on this afternoon. It'll be a beautiful day, but it won't feel great. 33 degrees later on today. The focus of the forecast is not the next few days. Next few days actually look pretty good. It's really later on this work week we start to get that activity really increasing. I'll show you what you can expect out of that and when coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, could get interesting. All right, thank you.
Kentucky's legislature returns to Frankfort today.
Leads our news this morning. Lawmakers are set to begin a 60-day session that is sure to be full of partisan battles over a variety of issues. A lot to discuss. WKYT's Mark Barber joining us now from our live desk with a look at some of those key issues facing the Commonwealth as they look into those. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. When lawmakers head back to Frankfort today, they will have more than 300 pre-filed pieces of legislation waiting for them. There is one bill, however, that matters more than all the others, though, and that is the budget. During this 60-day legislative session, lawmakers will start deciding how to spend more than $20 billion tax dollars over the next 2 years. Another major issue before the General Assembly, state pensions. The shortfall is running in the billions of dollars, and lawmakers have the difficult job of finding a way to help the state's faltering retirement system. So when it comes to divisive issues like dealing with Medicaid, will lawmakers be divided along party lines, or will they actually cross party lines this year? That remains to be seen. Republicans control the Senate, and a slim majority of Democrats hold the House. It is a new year with a new governor, but like so many administrations before, the focus here at the start of the year is on the budget. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, and it is so close. There are these March 8th special elections, 4 of them, and if the Republicans were to win those 4 seats, it would be 50-50 in the State House.
Could get interesting, right?
Absolutely.
This morning, police are still looking for two inmates they say walked away from the Blackburn Correctional Complex. 24-year-old Jordan Green and 23-year-old Watez Franklin were reported missing after 8 last night.
Green is serving a 28-year sentence for robbery and burglary convictions out of Boone and Kenton counties in northern Kentucky, and Franklin is serving a 20-year sentence for robbery and assault convictions out of Warren County. Lexington Police and Kentucky State Police have been searching the area around Blackburn. So far, they have not found any signs of the two men. Both men had more than a year to go before being eligible for parole. New this morning, we have learned the identity of the man who police say fired shots into a Lexington home.
Police say 25-year-old Kevin Blankenship is charged with wanton endangerment and tampering with evidence. Around 6:30 last night, police say Blankenship got into an argument with his girlfriend at her home on Caddo Lake Court near Buckhorn Drive. At some point, they say Blankenship got into his car and drove off. Shortly after, they say he drove back and fired 6 shots at the home, hitting it at least once. Blankenship's girlfriend and her parents were inside, but no one was hurt.
A man charged with one of 2 murders in Lexington over the weekend has pled not guilty. 25-year-old Donald Roark, Jr. appeared in court yesterday. Lexington police say he shot 28-year-old Corinne White early Sunday morning outside the University Trails apartment complex on Red Mile Road. White's family members say he knew the suspect, and they say he'll be missed.
To realize that I'm not going to see him, it's hard, because Corey had a very good heart, and he was a very sweet person, and he did not deserve this.
As for the other murder, Lexington police say 28-year-old Joseph McDowell was shot on Roosevelt Boulevard on New Year's Day. They still have not made any arrests in that case.
Well, this morning, President Barack Obama will unveil new executive actions to combat gun violence.
Those measures outlined in a conference call with senior administration officials yesterday include controversial plans focusing on so-called background check loopholes. Brian Webb has the latest on that.
President Obama delivers remarks at the White House this morning outlining plans he intends to take to tackle gun violence without congressional approval. At the top of the list, a measure requiring gun dealers, including those who sell firearms on the internet or at gun shows, to be licensed and conduct background checks. Another would change a federal privacy rule to keep people with mental health restrictions from possessing guns.
This is not going to solve every violent crime in this country. It's not going to prevent every mass shooting. It will potentially save lives.
The actions aren't sitting well with gun store owners like James Hillen in Houston. He says the president is infringing on the Second Amendment.
Hitler, Stalin, all these great leaders at one time have taken guns away so they can start controlling the populace, and that's what this is all about.
Some gun safety advocates disagree.
I don't think our founding fathers ever meant that should mean that suspected terrorists can get their hands on guns.
Republicans in Congress are already threatening to take up the matter with the Supreme Court. The White House maintains the measures would withstand any legal challenge. Brian Webb for CBS News.
And President Obama also wants to hire more than 230 additional FBI employees to help process background checks. As part of his push this week, he will hold a town hall discussion on gun violence on Thursday.
According to the FBI, 2015 marked a record year for background checks on guns. More than 23 million were conducted. FBI background checks are conducted for all gun sales that go through a federally licensed dealer. December was the biggest month ever with more than 3 million checks. It was the first month to surpass 3 million since the FBI started tracking background checks in 1998.
Well, the parents of a missing Nelson County mother have now filed a new court motion in the case.
According to WKYT in Louisville, the parents of Crystal Rogers worried her boyfriend will flee the state with their grandson. Houck was named a suspect in Rogers' disappearance, but as of now, he still has custody of the pair's 3-year-old son. That's why the Rogers parents have filed a motion to try and keep him, Brooks Houck, staying put.
There's a slight risk that they're scared that Brooks may try to leave town. We're trying to avoid that, where he has to stay here and not be able to leave town at all.
Well, a judge will hear the newest motion tomorrow. In October, the Nelson County Sheriff's Office announced Crystal Rogers is presumed dead.
Coming up on 5:38 now on WKYT this morning, and a grand jury will be hearing the case of a man accused of killing 5 people, including an unborn child, in a Clay County crash. A judge made the decision yesterday during Jason Gibson's hearing. Police charged Gibson with 4 counts of murder and fetal homicide. On December 18th, police say he was under the influence of drugs when his car crashed into another car on the Hal Rogers Parkway. Judy Pennington Adams, her pregnant granddaughter Tiffany, Tiffany's son Kyson, and a family friend, Charlene Lewis, all died in the crash. Family members of the victim say they want justice in the case.
If you're going to get high, don't get in a vehicle. I mean, that's just it. Do not take the chance on going and killing somebody.
Gibson was the only survivor of that crash.
This morning, Lexington police are trying to track down thieves who broke into cars in a neighborhood. Some people along Highland Drive off East Loudon say their cars were broken into over the weekend. One woman says her car was ransacked.
Took an iPad, took a TV, took my daughter's iPhone, money, ammo. We had bullets and stuff in it. Well, the dash, they tore all the sides of it up really bad.
Another victim says the thief stole a special wooden box out of her car that she had a family member make for her husband's ashes, but the ashes were not in the box.
The man who Lexington police say injured 3 men in a hit-and-run crash will appear in court this morning. Asil Arolia is charged with 3 counts of assault, leaving the scene of an accident, and DUI. Police say the 3 victims were on the sidewalk on Midland Avenue near East 3rd Street when Areola crashed into them late Sunday night. That's a week ago. He was found on Leestown Road not long after the crash.
The Lexington Parking Authority says this year's Food for Fines program resulted in 5 tons of food for donation.
A lot of food showing up. Our news partners at the Herald Leader report that Lexpark collected 10,000 canned goods and other food items throughout the 5-week program. According to God's Pantry, that equals just over 10,000 pounds of food, and it will provide more than 8,000 meals. The Food for Fines program allowed people to donate canned foods instead of paying parking citations. However, this year, Lexpark also allowed those who received traffic citations to also pay fines by donating food.
Well, a Lexington man's Christmas light display became a big attraction, but it was also used to help those less fortunate. Matthew Smith collected canned food donations from people who stopped by his home on Mount McKinley Way to see his light display. Yesterday, Smith delivered all those donations, 552 pounds worth, to God's Pantry.
Well, that worked all the way around. A lot of people had a lot of fun with it, and then certainly a tremendous donation as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Our time this morning is 5:40. It's 20 before 6, bright and early here on your Tuesday. And let's check live drive traffic now. See what's going on out there in the region. A lot of green on that map. Normal travel.
Yeah,
right
looking pretty good out there. No issues to report necessarily.
Be sure you can get your car started. It is cold out there, and we were talking yesterday on one of our newscasts about just the need to get your vehicle ready for what may be to come here in the next few weeks.
Maybe get a blanket and some chargers and whatnot back there
Have an
in your
emergency
trunk.
kit, but certainly check your battery connections and cables and tires and so forth as well. All right, 5:41 on WKYT this morning.
Coming up, we'll show you how one of the world's top electronic companies is rolling out a product to futurize your kitchen.
Well, it's in the upper 20s or upper teens, lower 20s, that's right. And we get into the afternoon, still downright cold, but it does get better in the days to come. I'll show you that in your forecast coming up next.